Welcome to Sports Live, March 16th, 2026, broadcasting live today. We are going to do March Madness college basketball picks, part six. I have more brackets that we're going to do, and I'll go over who's playing in what tournament and my picks for that and everything. I've got several different ones that involve men and women. So we'll start with the 2026 men's NIT tournament. That tournament, let's see, first round will start March 17th, and second round will be March 21st and 22nd. The quarterfinals will be March 24th through 25th. The semifinals will be April 2nd, and the men's NIT. So we have Auburn versus South Alabama, first of all, and I'm going to go Auburn beating South Alabama. We have Seattle University versus St. Thomas in Minnesota. I'm going to go Seattle. Can y'all hear me out there in YouTube land? George Mason versus Liberty. I'm going to go Liberty. We have Nevada versus Murray State. I'm going to go Murray State. We have Houston. I'm going to go New Mexico. All right, we have Utah Valley or George Washington, and I'm going to go George Washington on this one. I think they're a better team. All right, we have Colorado State versus St. Joseph's. I'm going to go Colorado State. We have California versus UIC. I think I'm going to go California on this one. Colorado State and California. I'm going California. Between New Mexico and George Washington, I'm going to go New Mexico. Let's see, between Liberty and Murray State, I'm going to go Liberty. In Auburn versus Seattle, I'm going to go Seattle. I don't think Auburn's going to win after that. You have Seattle versus Liberty. I'm going to go Seattle. Or California. I'm going to go California. And then I'm going to have between Seattle and California, I'm going to go Seattle. That gets that one side of the bracket. Let's go to the other side. We have Wake Forest versus Navy. I'm going to go Wake Forest. Hello, Whitney. How are you doing today? Illinois State versus Kent State. We're going to go Kent State. We have Yale or UNCW. I'm going to go Bradley. Go Bradley. We have Tulsa or SFA. SFA gets my vote on that one. We have UC Irvine or UNLV. I'm going to go UNLV. We have Wichita State or Wyoming. I'm going to go Wyoming. We have Oklahoma State or Davidson. I'm going to go Davidson. I'm actually doing pretty good, Whitney. Thank you for asking. How are So anyway, we're just going. I have several brackets for March Madness, and this is the part six of that. And we're just going over the brackets and who I think is going to win the games for several of the tournaments that I have. This is part six, and I'm sure there may be a couple more, but I don't know yet. After this, we have Wyoming or Davidson. I'm going to go Wyoming. Let's see, SFA or UNLV. I'm going to go UN. Bradley versus Yale. I think Bradley beats Yale. We have Wake Forest or Kent State. I'm going to go Wake Forest. So Wake Forest or Bradley. I'm going to go Wake Forest. UNLV or Wyoming, I'm going to go Wyoming. And then between Wake Forest and Wyoming, I'm going to go Wyoming. So between Seattle and Wyoming, I have Seattle winning the championship, as you'll see me circled there. All right, let's move on to the next bracket. Now we have the NCAA Division One women's bracket. There will be 68 teams in this one. The first four will start. Will be sometime between now and the. Let's see. It doesn't say when the first four will be, but the first four. These four teams that are in the first four didn't quite make full 64 field, and these four games will determine. And I believe that will be taking place sometime before March 20th. Then you'll have the first round March 20th through 21st. You have the second round March 22nd through 23rd. The Sweet 16 March 27th through 28th. The Elite 8 March 29th through 30th. The four will be April 3rd. And the national championship game will be, when will that be? April 5th will be when the national championship will be for that. So let's start with the first four. We have Nebraska or Richmond, and I'm going to go Richmond. And again, these are my picks. I could be wrong. I could be right, but these are just who I think will do something with it. You have Missouri State or I'm going to go Missouri State. You have Southern or Samford. And believe it or not, I think Samford will win this game. Then you have Virginia or Arizona State. No problem. I'm glad to be able to do this for you. This is part 6, by the way, so I've been covering all of March Madness. I don't count conference championship tournaments as part of March Madness because not athletic conference in Division One has a conference tournament for a championship, but these are the big tournaments. Arizona State, and I'm going to go Virginia on that one. And I appreciate you saying that it's cool. I try to do this every year, so. All right, so we will go to the first round. We have UConn versus UTSA, and I'm going UConn. UConn's actually pretty good this year. You have Iowa State or Syracuse. I'm going to go Syracuse. Let's see, Maryland or Murray State. I'm going to go. All right. You have North Carolina or Western Illinois. I'm going to go North Carolina. All right. Next, we have Notre Dame or Fairfield. I'm going Fairfield. I don't think Notre Dame is as good this year as they as they should be. I'm going to go Fairfield. All right. So we have Ohio State, Howard. I'm going to go Ohio State. All right, we have Illinois or Colorado, and that's a toss-up on that one, but I'm going to go Colorado. Let's see, we have Vanderbilt versus High Point. I'm going Vanderbilt. Let's see, we have South Carolina versus Samford, and of course that's going to be South Carolina. All right, now we have Clemson or US. That would be the University of Southern California, for those keeping track. We have Michigan State next versus Colorado State. I'm going to go Michigan State. We have Oklahoma versus Idaho. I'm going to go Oklahoma. All right, we have Washington versus South Dakota State. And I think I'm going to go Washington. All right, we have TCU or UC San Diego. I'm going TCU on this one. Let's see. We have Georgia versus either Virginia or Arizona State, and I believe that I picked Virginia to win that one, so we're gonna go Georgia. Um, all right, we have next. We'll have is Iowa versus FDU. Iowa or FDU. I'm gonna go Iowa. All right, I'm doing the left side of the bracket, and I'll get to the championship game, and then I'll move over to the right side and do it. So between UConn and Syracuse, we have UConn. I have UConn winning that one. Let's see. Between Maryland or North Carolina, I have Maryland. Between Fairfield and Ohio State, I'm going to go Ohio State. Yeah, Ohio State. All right, between Colorado and Vanderbilt, I'm going Vanderbilt. I think they'll actually advance a little bit. All right, so between South Carolina and the University of Southern California, I've got South Carolina. Let's see. Michigan State and Oklahoma, I have Oklahoma. Between Washington and TCU, I have TCU. Georgia or Iowa, I'm going Iowa. Now, we have Iowa versus TCU. I'm going to go Iowa. South Carolina versus Oklahoma, I have South Carolina. Okay, between Vanderbilt and Ohio State, I'm going Ohio State. Between UConn and Maryland, I'm going UConn. All right, UConn or Ohio State, I'm going UConn. Between South Carolina and Iowa, I'm going Iowa. And between UConn and Iowa, I have. Who do I have? I'll have UConn. I have UConn women getting to the national championship game. So, on this other side of the bracket, we have UCLA versus California Baptist. I'm going UCLA. We have Oklahoma State versus Princeton. I'm going Princeton. Ole Miss or Gonzaga. I'm going Ole Miss. Minnesota or Green Bay. I'm going to go Green Bay. Baylor or Nebraska. Oh, wait. Yeah, Baylor versus Duke. Texas Tech or Villanova. Texas Tech or Villanova. I'm going Texas Tech. I did the men's bracket of NCAA Division One last night. So, okay, so we have LSU versus Jacksonville University, and I'm going to go LSU. We have Texas versus Missouri State. All right, we have Oregon or Virginia Tech. I'm going to go Virginia Tech. All right, we have Kentucky or James Madison. I'm going. We have West Virginia or Miami in Ohio. I'm going to go West Virginia. All right, we have Alabama or Rhode Island. I'm going Alabama. Louisville or Vermont. I'm going Louisville. All right, we have NC State or Tennessee. NC State or Tennessee. I'm going Tennessee. Then we have Michigan versus Holy Cross. I'm going to go Michigan. All right, we have Tennessee versus Michigan. I'm going to go Tennessee versus Louisville. I'm going Alabama. Let's see, we have West Virginia versus Kentucky. I'm going Kentucky. No, I'm going West Virginia. I'm sorry. West Virginia. We have Texas or Virginia. Yeah, I'm going to go Texas on that one. That's just a given. All right, we have LSU or Texas Tech. I'm going to go LSU. We have Baylor or Duke. My favorite sport to cover is actually basketball. I love the artistic, rhythmic way that it moves if I'm actually doing regular footage. Now, when it comes to live streaming, when I cover basketball, I love being able to do play by play for it, and I do get to do that from time to time. And I also get to do the same thing for travel baseball. So I guess my favorite sport would be if I had to choose between all of the sports, I would say basketball is my favorite. My absolute favorite. I mean, I love football. I love basketball. I love any sport really. Ball and baseball. Even though I ran track in high school, go figure. So we have Baylor versus Duke, and I'm go Baylor on that one. All right, we have UCLA or Princeton. UCLA or Princeton, gonna go UCLA. We have Ole Miss or Green Bay. I'm going Green Bay. So now we have UCLA. We have Baylor or LSU. I'm going to go Baylor. We have Texas or West Virginia, and I'm going to go Texas. Let's see. Alabama or Tennessee. Ooh, I'm going to go Tennessee. I'm going to go Tennessee. Now, between Texas and Tennessee, I have Texas. Between UCLA or Baylor, I have UCLA. Between UCLA and Texas, I have UCLA. And so for the national championship game, it will be UConn versus UCLA, at least the way that I've picked it. And I'm going to go UConn. I think the UConn women are phenomenal this year, and I think they will win the national championship for women's NCAA Division One college basketball. All right, we move to the next bracket, which is the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament, commonly called the WBIT. It looks like the first round games will be March 19th. The second round games will be March 22nd. The quarterfinals will be March 26th. The semifinals will be March 30th. And the championship of that tournament will be April 1st. I'll start on the left side, do the left side, just like we've done with the others. So we have BYU versus Alabama A&M. And I'm going to go BYU. We have Missouri versus Seton Hall or Seton Hall. I'm going to go Seton Hall. We have George Mason versus Quinnipiac. And I'm going Quinnipiac. We have Stanford versus LMU. Definitely Stanford. Let's see. We have Texas A&M or McNeese. I'm going to go McNeese. Let's see. San Diego State or UC Irvine. All right, we have Rice or Louisiana Tech. We'll go Rice. Or I'm going to go Rice. We have Kansas or Troy, and I'm going Troy. All right, so now we have BYU versus Seton Hall. I'm going to go Seton Hall. I'm not sure how that pronounces, why I was pronouncing it both ways. We have Quinnipiac versus Stanford. I'm going to go Stanford. We have McNeese. We have Rice or Troy. I'm going to go Troy. I know some of these might be monkey wrenches, but that's okay. All right, so we have Seton Hall versus Stanford. I think Stanford will lose at the or Seton Hall. Then you have McNeese, and I'm going to go McNeese versus McNeese, and I'm going to go. Let's see, what am I going to do? I'm going to go McNeese. That's on that side of the championship. Now, over here we have North Dakota State versus Chattanooga. I'm going to go North Dakota State. We have Columbia versus St. John's in New York. I'm going to go St. John's. Let's see, California versus Santa Clara. I'm going to go California. We have Kansas State or Georgia Tech. I hope I'm right on these. I really do. I really do. We have, it looks like Utah and Eastern Kentucky. I'm going to go Utah. We have Harvard or Navy, and I'm going to go Navy. We have Wisconsin versus Oregon. I'll go Wisconsin. We have Miami and Florida versus Georgia Southern, and I'm going to go Georgia Southern. Now, we have Wisconsin versus Georgia Southern. I'm going to go Wisconsin. As you see me writing down there. Utah or Navy. I'm going to go. That's a hard one. I'm going to go Utah. We have Georgia Tech or California. I'm going to go California. We have North Dakota State, St. John's. I'm going to go St. John's. Now, we have St. John's versus California. Then you have Utah versus Wisconsin. I'm going to go Wisconsin. And then you have California versus Wisconsin, and I'm going to go Wisconsin. So for the WBIT championship, I have Wisconsin versus McNeese, and I'm going to go McNeese to win it, as I have circled there. All right. National Christian College Athletic Association Division I Women's Basketball Championship, and we're just going to focus on the winning bracket. They do have other brackets or other parts of it for placement, and I'm not going to focus on those. We're just going to focus on who's going to advance in the tournament, and I've got that for and well, yeah, we'll just start with that. I have the National Christian College Athletic Association Division I Women's Basketball Championship. And again, there are other brackets for placement and placing because there's so few teams and whatnot. Hello, Ethan. Glad to have you here. Right now, this is the National Christian College Athletic Association Division I Women's Basketball Championship as part of March Madness. My favorite basketball team, it depends on the division. If you're talking pro basketball, I like the Chicago Bulls. If it's college basketball, I'm a Kentucky fan. If if it's if it's G League basketball. It all just depends on which division you're talking about in basketball. Because I have several. Do you have one in mind that you'd want to know? Anyway, moving on from this, we have Bethel versus Asbury. I'm going to go Asbury. We have Sterling versus Southwestern Christian, and I'm going to go Sterling. So between Asbury and Sterling, I'm going to go Asbury. Over here, we have College of the Ozarks versus Payne. I'm going to go of Houghton, Houghton versus Cedarville. I'm going to go Cedarville. And then between Payne and Cedarville, I have Cedarville. For the national, for the national championship in this division, you have Asbury versus Cedarville, and I'm going to go Asbury. That takes care of that one. So now, the final bracket that I have for now for this part of the March Madness. Oh, that's no problem. What I was saying is, in regard to my favorite basketball team, it depends on what division of basketball you're talking about. You're talking about pro basketball, college basketball. My favorite pro team is the Chicago Bulls. My favorite college basketball team for the men is Kentucky. My favorite women's basketball team is probably Stanford, believe it or not. Okay, so my favorite pro team in basketball that I like is, again, when it comes to basketball, I have different teams depending on the division that I like. All right, getting into this men's basketball championship, we have Lancaster Bible versus Clinton. I'm going to go Lancaster Bible. Let's see. We have Hannibal LaGrange versus Nelson AIC. I'm going to go Nelson AIC. So between Lancaster Bible and Nelson AIC, we're going to go Lancaster Bible. All right, over here on this side of the bracket, you have Columbus International versus Ohio Christian. I think I'm going to go Ohio Christian. Let's see, we have Bethel or College of the Ozarks, and I'm going to go Bethel. So between Ohio Christian and Bethel, I'm going to go Bethel. And between Lancaster Bible and Bethel, I'm going to have Bethel being the national champion on this. For the National Christian College Athletic Association Division I Men's Championship, I have Bethel to win that one. In the National Christian College Athletic Association Women's Division I Championship, I have Asbury to win that one. In the WBIT, or the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament, I have McNeese winning that one. I have McNeese to win that one. The AA Division Tournament bracket for the national championship, I have UConn winning that one. And for the men's NIT, I have Seattle to win that one. So there you have it. Those are my picks for the March Madness Part 6 brackets. I may have a few more to do. I may have a few more. When those come available, I will do another live stream with that. But there's not much left of the March Madness things because I have covered every March Madness that I know of. There are a few other tournaments. So I will try to cover those. And I will do a live stream of that when it actually happens. Does anybody have any questions or comments regarding my picks for those particular brackets of March Madness? If not, I do thank you very much for joining me for this broadcast today. It is greatly appreciated. If you will, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and please hit the notification bell. Uh, that way you can know when I'm having these live streams, when I have sports action videos, when I have sports education videos. And thank you. Happy early St. Patrick's Day to you too as well. If you wish to subscribe to the channel, you can do so by going to www.youtube.com, the slash symbol, the at symbol, SPORTSLOV. Or you can go on the YouTube search tab and type in Sportslov Media. That is SPORTSOV Media, MEDIA. You'll know it's me because I have Sportslov Media put into a basketball as my handle. There is at BobAmin16. That is the at symbol, BOBAMIN 16. Just a word to let you know, weather permitting today, I may have another live stream today of live sports where I'm actually calling play by play, but that's weather permitting and whether or not I can get to the location regarding how it's going with that. On sometime either on Thursday or on Friday, I'm not sure what day yet, but we will be doing Inside the Diamond. Basically, it's college baseball, college softball. Also, early next month, we will have another live stream that we will do called RBI, which is going to be Major League Baseball and Minor League Baseball picks. So we have that to look forward to. Also, I will have more travel baseball as that comes available, and there will be other special live streams as that comes available. So stay tuned for all of that, and I will do the best I can to let you know when that is going to go on. So, anyway, not much else to talk about right now. Thank you. Again, I may have another live stream, but it will actually be live sports action, me call play by play, and I'm hoping. I can't really divulge in the details of it yet because I don't know if it's still going to go on. But if it does, I will let you know as soon as I know. So anyway, thank you for tuning into this broadcast. It is greatly appreciated. Sports